Krishna.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Thank you for joining us, Vaishali ji, Mataji. Thank you very
No
much.
problem. No, thank you. Actually, I'm gonna pass it to my husband
Okay,
because it was
okay.
mainly for him. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah, sure, sure,
but he
Mataji.
will be only hearing today.
Yeah, oh, no problem. Whatever works, Mataji, whatever works, whatever little time you
Yeah,
can.
sure.
Yeah, and
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, Prabhuji, even if he's driving also, he just can't gets connected. I don't have no words for.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So good to see you and listen to you. I
Mm,
missed first few minutes where I think there was a discussion going on about events in Bangladesh.
yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's 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 really really bad. It's heart wrenching, and
Mm,
even you guys must be aware that one of the
mm.
ISKCON Maharaj is being now imprisoned for last 1 year, Chinmay Prabhu,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and then as you said, the people of Sanatan Dharma are being burnt alive. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the situation, and
yeah.
it's a very difficult situation because Hindu or people from Sanatan Dharma represent less than four
Mm,
5% of the population,
mm,
so they cannot have even fight back.
mm.
So we are
So
trying
sad.
to do as much as possible to support from distance.
Yeah.
Myself, my cousin is involved also,
Mm.
but it's a very very difficult situation. It's a very sad situation, I must say.
Very good. Prabhuji, for support for Gaza, people from all over the world who have got nothing to do with Gaza also go out and support them.
Correct.
And what about us? What about
Uh,
us? Who comes forward and
that's the
supports
thing.
for it?
So there is an organization in London who are trying to garner support for this cause. They
Mm.
are trying to reach out to people, but
Yeah.
I think more has to be done, and you
Mm.
know, it is not a good thing to say, but I think when it comes to us protecting our own dharma, um, we are not as forthcoming as people from some other religion, and how
Mm.
they
Yeah.
jump into these things and try to protect their
Yeah.
this thing. Anyway, Prabhu, I don't want to take
Mm.
any more time of
Yeah,
yours.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Sure, Prabhu. Yeah,
Prabhu, if you
thank you.
want me to do the Mangala prayer, I'm happy to do it.
Yeah,
But
sure,
but
sure,
but,
sure.
but Prabhu, let's first
Let's.
ask the others. Let's first ask the others, and if someone else wants to do it, it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine, Prabhu. Mangalasharan you can do, and maybe someone can sing the Hare Krishna one. Yeah, let's get started off.
Okay, Prabhu. Because I haven't done it for some time, I was just trying to see whether I want to pull it up. Uh, okay, that's fine, Prabhu. I can do it.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Agnana Timirandhasa Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitan Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parigyana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitamsa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpa Taruvyasya Kripa Sindhuva Evacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष्य शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody would like to sing the Hare Krishna one? Jai Radha Madhav and Hare Krishna? Anybody would like to that?
I do that, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, please. Good.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Can I সবাই speaking? সবাই.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
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 Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
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 Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ramo,
Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo,
Hare
Ramo
Ramo,
Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ramo,
Ramo,
Hare
Hare
Ramo,
Ramo,
Rama
Ramo Ramo,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Krishna
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 Krishna,
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 Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Ramo,
Rama,
Hare
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 Ramo,
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Ramo
Rama,
Rama,
Ramo,
Hare
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 Hare.
Jaya
Hare.
Prabhupada, Shila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Shila Prabhupada, Jaya
Jai
Prabhupada,
Prabhupada,
Srila
Shila
Prabhupada,
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 Srila
Prabhupada,
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 Srila
Srila
Shila
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev,
Jaya
Gurudev,
Jaya
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 Guru.
Jaya
Jaya Gurudev,
Gurudev, Gurudev,
Gurudev, Gurudev,
Gurudev,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai
Gurudev.
Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai
Nitai
Gaur
Gaura
Hari
Jai
Hari
Gaura Hari
Bol.
Bol,
Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Nitai
Nitai
Gaura
Gaura
Hari
Hari Bol.
Bol.
Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda, Shri Shri Radha Landaneshwar, Jagannath Subhadra, Baladev ki jai, Gaur Nitai Gaur Nitai, Hari Bol.
Jai. All
Hari
glories to
Bol.
our devotees online. all glories to our
Hari Bol.
devotees online. Yeah.
Krishna.
I pray to Radha Gokulananda that all our devotees, Lord Radha Gokulananda and Radha should bless all of our devotees with good health and good life and good bhakti life so that we can do more and more service for Krishna and Radha Gokulananda. And what is impossible, Radha Gokulananda, if they shower our blessings on us, what is not possible, isn't it? We can just do more service and more things and to bring more joy to this world in our own small way. So, on that note, thank you so much, Prabhuji. It was nice actually doing the chorus along with you. Beautiful tune of Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So, I'll just offer my prayers and then we'll get started off. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So, as we all know, we started off with this chapter, beautiful chapter, which speaks about the daily activities. Because I know, like a couple of our devotees joined for Vaishali Matiji also, just to share. So, we were actually covering the chapter number 70, which talks about Lord Krishna's daily activities. How blessed we are that through our scriptures we get to know the daily activities of Lord Sri Krishna, and we have covered to some extent on this, like how Lord Krishna was when he came on the planet, he was doing so many things according to the Vedic culture, exactly how an ideal householder should be. Because in Rama avatar, Lord Ram showed like he never showed like he's actually as a god. He never lifted the goat. Then he never did any of those pastimes like that, because he was showing more as like as a human being, as an ideal father, as an ideal husband, as an ideal human being. How we have to perform our dharma. But when Lord Krishna came, actually he was showing completely his avatar, Purna avatar, like as Sri Krishna Bhagwan, as with all the godly miracles, so many things that he has done during his pastimes. But along with that, there also he set a giving us an idea like how to become an ideal householder, and how he has done how he has been doing his daily activities. And a lot of people, because of we lost a lot of our actual Vedic knowledge. And thanks to Prabhupada, who actually translated the entire Bhagavatam into English, word to word, giving us word to word meaning. So, once again, we had the fortune where we can completely understand the Vedic knowledge, we can understand the pastimes of Krishna, so that we as devotees can spread the actual message. Because there's so many things that our own Hindu people, our own people of Sanatan Dharma, are not clear about, like oh, Krishna had 16,000 wives, oh, Krishna had some, but they don't know that these are all the pastimes. They don't know, our own people, that Krishna himself has expanded into 16,000 Krishnas and created 16,000 palaces. How is it even humanly impossible for anyone to do? So, and also Krishna is called as Atma Rama, which means as Atmarama, he doesn't need anything from this material world at all. His own Haladini Shakti of Krishna is manifested in the form of Radharani, and he was engaging in pastimes of that. But he never had a need for anything. But Krishna, throughout Bhagavad Gita, throughout Krishna Katha, we can see that Krishna is always reciprocating to the love of his devotees. In the Vedic culture, they wouldn't agree if any of the girl, if he's not around even for a single day, she would not be able to get married. That was how strict the Vedic culture was. And all the 16,000 queens, they went and requested Krishna that please can you marry us, because there's nobody who's going to be like, after Narkasura, Bhamashri, he just kept them away for such a long time, So, and Krishna is always reciprocating to the devotees. He makes it very, very clear. Ye yata mam prapajyanti tam stataiva bhajamiham. According to your level of surrender, I reciprocate accordingly. So if anybody who's surrendering to Krishna, Krishna is saying, I reciprocate accordingly. If whichever way that you are trying to approach Krishna to, Krishna is always reciprocate. So we seen that early in the morning, how Krishna would get up in Brahma Murta and he would do all his according to the Vedic rituals. And we also seen, like, even though the queens were not really happy that he would wake up in the morning, but still he would do that. And then he would follow all the rituals and get fresh up, and then again go to this bhavan, and perform all his duties. And over there also we seen, like, how Krishna was performing his pastimes in Dwarka. But at the same time, we covered last week about the messenger who came on behalf of all the kings who have been put into prison, and we just covering that, and Lord Krishna going to the assembly house of Sudharma. We covered all these things, and so I won't go into the details about all these things. But we know that a messenger has actually come to Krishna asking for help, because Jarasandha has went and imprisoned all the kings who did not bow down before them. So we can see that how dangerous this ego is, isn't it? Ego creates so many enemies, isn't it? Just because the kings did not bow down before Jarasandha, he went and imprisoned all of them and arrested all of them. So now this person has come, and these paragraphs are all beautiful prayers of the messenger, where he is praying to Krishna that, you are such the supreme Lord, and for you this is nothing, and why we suffering like this, even though we are surrendered to you. Maybe we are not fully surrendered, and that's the reason why we are going through these bad times. So the messenger came and he was offering his obeisances, and he was requesting Krishna to come and help. And as we also discussed last week, like the people in the Dwapara Yuga, they were all so intelligent, spiritually so intelligent. When you see the prayers that were offered to Krishna, we can see that the people, they were so knowledgeable. In today's world, when we go to pray to Krishna, we don't know what to pray. We only just be praying like, okay, can I have my job? Can I have good health? Things like that. But like actually understanding the tattva, like Krishna, you are the supreme Lord, and you are the leader of all the demigods. Bhoktaram yajana tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. You are the Lord of all these planets. You are the Lord of all the demigods, and we are offering our prayers to you. We are not fully surrendered. So when we see these prayers in this Krishna Katha and Bhagavatam, we will get to and have an idea that maybe this is how we have to pray. Like I was mentioning some point of time, when we go to the mandir, there are three things we have to do as part of our prayer. One, we glorify Radha Gokulananda. How beautiful you're looking. The Lord, even today also when I was there in the mandir, both Radha Gokulananda, they were just like so divine. It's like just seeing them in Goloka Vrindavan. It was like nice, beautiful blue colors with the nice, with the contrast of pink colors and all. They were looking so divine that I couldn't even just leave the place. So, one, we have to glorify Radha Gokulananda, how beautiful you are looking. Second thing, we should ask for forgiveness. Krishna, there's so many things. Maybe I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. Whatever things, if you think that there is something, we should ask for forgiveness. And the Lord is very kind. We've seen throughout Krishna Katha that whenever they came and apologized to Krishna, Krishna pardoned them. Right? Even Satyajit Ray also, he kind of like he had a doubt on Krishna, maybe Krishna took away the Samantaka Jewel. Right? Later he found out that Krishna did not have any intention. He came in and apologized. Similarly, Bhamasura, like that, so many, all of them. And we seen also like Shiva Jwara, the weapon. She was not able to counteract the Narayana Jwara. And then she went to Lord Shiva and saying, please protect me from Krishna's Narayanastra. And then Lord Shiva said, you go and take shelter. And then Lord Shiva also prayed to Krishna, and Krishna agreed, okay, that's fine, no problem. I'm not going to do anything. So as long as we are asking for forgiveness, Krishna is ready to forgive. And that's the reason why he says towards the end of Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parichajya Mamekam Saranam Braja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Moksha Isyami Masucha. You must have done so many mistakes, so many sinful. The very fact that we are there on this material planet itself is because we have done so much of bad karma, so many karmic rajasic things, because Krishna makes it very clear. People who are in the Sattva Guna, they go to the higher heavenly planets. People in the Rajoguna, they stay on this earthly planet. And people in the mode of Tamoguna, they go into the hellish planets or they go into the animal kingdom. So, like that, Krishna has made it very clear just to give us an idea, a flavor of what happens if you are in Sattva, what happens you are there in Rajoguna, and what happens you are in Tamoguna. So, like that, Krishna is giving us all the knowledge, but at the same time, he's saying, if you're surrendered to me, then don't worry. You must have done so much of karmic things. I will forgive you and I will save you from all the sinful reaction. That is his final instruction, 18.66, Moksha Yoga, where Krishna is telling, I will forgive you. And so this is what we have to understand. We have to glorify Radha Gokulinda, we have to ask for forgiveness, and third thing, we have to ask for gratitude. We have to show gratitude. For many people, yesterday was the last day, but today you're giving me this day, Radha Gokulinda. Thank you so much. For many people, they would have had come to know about something like, they have been detected with cancer, diabetes, so many problems. But today I'm hale and healthy. Thank you so much, Krishna. So, like that, there's so many ways we can thank. For so many people, they do not even have a meal on that day. But today, I have on the table, I have my your prasadam that I'm able to eat. Thank you so much, Krishna. That gratitude is so important. In today's world, people have attitude, but we should have gratitude instead of attitude. And that humility comes when we actually start chanting the Hare Krishna because when we start chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, all the hankering will go away, all the bad samskaras will go away, and we will be able to realize that we are a servant of Krishna. So we covered the prayers over here. So we've seen that Lord Krishna is there in that assembly, and over there, while this messenger has come asking Krishna to help save them because they have been arrested and imprisoned by Jarasandha. At that time, uh, what happened? Narada Muni has come. So here we're just covering this. At the very moment, the messenger of the imprisoned kings were presenting their appeal before the Lord, the great sage Narada arrived. Because he was a great saint, his hair was dazzling like gold, and when he entered the assembly house, it appeared that the sun god was personally present in the midst of the assembly. Lord Krishna is the worshipful master of even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Yet, as soon as he saw that the sage Narada has arrived, he immediately stood up with his ministers and secretaries to receive the great sage and offer his respectful obeisances by bowing down his head. The great sage Narada took a comfortable seat, and Lord Krishna worshipped him with all the paraphernalia as required for the regular reception of a saintly person. Whilst trying to satisfy Naradaji, Lord Krishna spoke the following words in his sweet and natural voice. I just want to open it and then I will give it to the other sinner. So we can see that we can see that sage Narada had a very, very important role to play, whether it is Krishna Katha. In fact, we know that how Srimad Bhagavatam happened to, came into place. How did it happen that Vyasadeva has written the Srimad Bhagavatam, and how did it come about? And we know that it's because Narad Muni himself, Vyasadeva, after writing all the Puranas and everything, still he was not satisfied. And that's when Narad Muni said, you're not happy because you have not glorified the Lord. And it is time. And that's when Vyasadeva started writing about Srimad Bhagavatam. So Narad Muni has a very important role in Krishna's pastimes. And this is so important to understand. Like, he was a son of a maid servant in his previous life, but in this life, but because of being in the association of devotees, because of eating the remnants of the prasadam, and next life he became such a great saint that he is so freely traveling across the universe, among the material universe, spiritual universe, everywhere. So you can imagine two important things that we can learn from Narada Muni is that about his own life, that by being in the association of devotees and having Krishna Prasadam, this is so important. It purifies the Atma so much that the next life, people ask, can the destiny be changed? And Prabhupada, you said, like, yes, your fortune can be changed, your destiny can be changed. Because many people think about destiny means maybe next year, after that, maybe towards, they just only think about short term and long term. But we are talking about destiny beyond this life, because this life is just one chapter in the big book of so many lives that we have gone through. In fact, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the very first thing that he told in Bhagavad Gita after Arjuna surrender to Krishna is Natvevaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadipa na chaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamataha param. Arjuna, this life is just only one chapter. All these people you're seeing on the battlefield, Arjuna, they had so many lives before this life. And even in the future, they're going to have so many lives, Arjuna. So you don't need to worry about that. So here, Narada Muni, you can see that his destiny changed, his fate changed, that by being in the association, the next life he happened to become a great kind of a player in Krishna Katha. He not only that, he kind of like
Narayana.
glorified so many people who have surrendered to Krishna, right? What about Bhakta Prahalad? It is Narad Muni who actually was told about Krishna Katha when he was in the womb of his mother. It was Narad Muni who transformed the life of Dhruv Maharaj, where he told when he was a Kshatriya, even though he was a small boy, and it was Narad Muni who said, okay, I can guide you on this. Chant the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva, and Dhruv Maharaj himself had the darshan of Lord in front of him. And how did all this happen? It's because of great Narada Muni. And that Narada Muni continues his avatar that in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, he also happens to be whom? Srinivas Pandit. So, in fact, Narad Muni had played such an important role in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela that he Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the first time he did the kirtan in Srinivas Pandit's home, right? So, such an important role that he has played, isn't it? Even in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, Narad Muni has a very important role to play. So here we can see that Narad Muni has come to the assembly of Krishna, and you can see from his description a great saint. His sage, his hair was dazzling, and things like that. And very interestingly, when I was in Manor, whenever I'm in Manor, I introduce the Panchatattva to everyone, to all the visitors, and I tell them like this is the Panchatattva, and I tell them this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and this is Nityananda. When it comes to Narada Muni, I show them Srinivas Pandit and I all give them a clue. I say like, okay, I'm giving you a clue. Who is the great devotee of Narayana who's always holding a veena in his hand and traveling across the space, whether it's material universe and spiritual universe? And they say, like, immediately everybody is Narada Muni. Sometimes I feel like, for other things, they kind of like think. But when it comes to Narada Muni, when I say a great devotee with a veena in his hand, immediately like everybody is like switched on, like Narada Muni, we know. So he's like very very popular. Narada Muni is so popular as a devotee. But in our sampradaya, which is Brahma Madhavya Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, Narad Muni has a very big role to play because for us Bhagavatam is a big thing. And how did Bhagavatam come into being? It's because Narad Muni had a big role to play, where he is the one who told Vyasadeva. So here you can see that, and Lord Krishna, see, and during his pastimes, even though he's the worshipful master of Brahma and Shiva, when a great sage has come, he's showing like how we have to receive him, that he stood up along with his ministers and secretary to receive Narad Muni. Because even though Narad Muni knows that he is the Lord of the universe, still he knows that Krishna is there and he's playing a role where he's just he's trying to set an example that this is how you have to be when you approach a great saint, or when a great saint comes home. This is how you have to behave. And we've seen a few chapters before how Narada Muni would go to Lord Krishna's palace because he want to see like how Krishna is managing this pastimes with 16,000 princes. And then we've seen that in the previous chapter, that when Narad Muni was so surprised to see that in one queen's palace, Krishna was playing with Rukmini. I mean, with Rukmini he was playing, and in another queen's palace he was playing chess. In another place he was just taking care of and another place he was doing Gayatri mantra. Like that, Krishna himself was expanded into 16,000 Krishnas, and Narada Muni was shocked to see like how Krishna is expanded in this way. So, as a devotee, he plays a very big role in giving us the knowledge about Krishna, and our great models like Dhruv Maharaj and Bhakta Prahlad are because of Narad Muni. So here, how Krishna nicely received him, put him on a comfortable seat, worshipped him with a paraphernalia, and what is befitting a nice saintly person. And now Krishna is speaking in these words. Now I want to give someone who can just speak the words of Krishna. Neeraj Hare Krishna. Um, Vaishuji, would you want to do? Anyone would like to? I'll just open it. Anyone would like
Okay,
to?
okay,
Who's
okay,
that?
okay.
Yeah, come
Okay,
on, come on. Yeah, let's go, Paritashram. Yeah, do it.
okay. Where am I doing it from?
Yeah, you are reading this part which Lord Krishna is speaking to Narada Muni.
Okay. My dear great Hare
You
Krishna,
can be a
dear,
bit louder, Paritosh Prabhu, if you don't mind.
I
Can't hear
will
you.
try.
Yeah.
My dear great, from the, my dear great sage among the demigods,
Yeah.
I think that now everything is well within the three worlds. You are perfectly eligible to travel everywhere in space, in the upper, middle, and lower planetary systems of this universe. Fortunately, when we meet you, we can very easily take information from your holiness of all the news of the three worlds. For within this cosmic manifestation of the Supreme Lord, there is nothing
Concealed.
concealed from your knowledge. You know everything, and so I wish to question you. Are the Pandavas doing well? And what is the present plan of King Yudhishthira's? Will you kindly let me know what they want to do at present?
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
No
Prabhu. Thank you
further
very much. Hare Krishna.
question.
So the conversation is unfolding, and you can see like how Krishna, even though he is the Atma Rama, he's sitting in everyone's heart. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hrideshi Arjuna Tishtati. Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart, and he knows everything that's happening. In spite of that, he was still playing a perfect role model as someone who's ruling Dwarka, but at the same time honoring the sages. And you can see over here that I was just speaking about it, right? And and the perfect wording also has come over here. You're perfectly eligible to travel anywhere in space. See, that's the thing, right? The very important thing for us to understand is as long as we are in this cage like body, right? The Atma is Sachitananda. And we have to understand this is very important for us to understand that as Atma, we have a higher kind of like identity that we are part and parcel of the Supreme Bhagavan, right? Mamai Vamsa Jeva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Mana Shastra Nindriyani Prakriti Stani Karshati. Imagine Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that all of you are part and parcel of the Supreme Bhagavan Sri Krishna. All of us, we are part and parcel of the Supreme Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And Krishna himself is telling us our actual identity that we are part and parcel of Krishna. But because we have fallen into this material world, we are struggling with the six senses, which include the mind. So Krishna himself is two things he's revealing in this sloka. One, that we are part and parcel of Supreme Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And second thing, that because even though we are part and parcel of Lord, because even though we are Jivatma, even though we are Satchitananda, because the soul is now come into this material world and put up in a cage like body, we are totally conditioned by the three gunas of Sattva, Rajo, and Tamo guna. But actually, once the Atma comes out of the body, a pure soul which was completely practice devotional service can have a life. This is what Narad Muni. So how did Narad Muni get this life? That he's able to travel everywhere in space. Imagine the soul is so powerful, is so divine that it can travel to other space. It can just leave instantly and go to Goloka Vrindavan. It can go anywhere. Imagine the power of the Atma. But once it gets into the body in this material world, it immediately gets conditioned by the three gunas, which is what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, that we have to Traigunyo Visya Veda, Nistraigunyo Bhavarjana, Nirdvando Nitya Sastva, Niryoga Shema Atma. But Krishna is saying, Arjuna, you have to rise above these three gunas. We are all bounded by these three gunas. We are kept like puppets in the hands of this material energy, which is consisting of the three gunas. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, we have to rise above this thing. So Narada Muni, how we can rise in this about these three gunas, that also Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the beauty of Bhagavad Gita is Krishna tells you something, he gives you the knowledge, and he tells you the problem, and he also tells you the solution how you can come out of it. So one, he's saying Prakrite Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani Sharvashaha Ahankara Vimudatma Kartaham Iti Manyate. He's saying the Atma under the influence of false ego, because once we come into this material world, we have this false ego and we think that we are doing everything, but in actuality everything is done by this material energy which is covered by these three gunas. So it is the material energy which is doing a lot of things which behind the scenes which we are not aware of. So, but Krishna is saying we have to rise above this. How can we rise above these three gunas and come to the level of pure Suddha Sattva guna? Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Mamchayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Krishna says, one who's practicing devotional service, unfailing in all kind of circumstances, can rise to the level of Brahma, and he's the one who can rise above these three gunas. So Krishna is told one way that you are like puppet in the hands of these three gunas, and here in this chapter number 14 he is also saying that you can rise above these three gunas, and the solution for that is by bhakti, by devotional service. And that's the reason why Krishna is come in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to tell us that Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Gati Ranyata. At least three times, Eva Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Nasti. Three times that it is not possible, it's not possible, it's not possible. So what is possible in Satya Yoga by meditation? That's not possible now. What is possible in Treta Yoga, fire sacrifice? That is not possible now. What is possible in Dwapara Yoga of the extensive idol worship? That is not possible. Deity worship, that's not possible now. Then what is three times not possible now? So then what is possible? Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. By Nama Japa, that is the only possibility that we have, that we can rise to the level of bhakti. So three things: what we can't do in last three yugas, what we can't do in Satya Yoga and Treta Yoga, and this thing in this Kali Yoga, the only possibility is Harinama Sankirtan. Similarly, the three gunas, again three yugas and again three gunas, they're all keeping us like puppets. But how to rise again? By chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So the one solution for all the things in Kali Yuga especially is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And so here we can see that Narada Muni has been given this kind of a beautiful life. It's because of the kind of the way he has led his devotional life in his previous life, that in this life he became such a great devotee of the Lord, that he was traveling to all the spaces, and here Krishna himself is inquiring from him, even though he's aware that how the Pandavas are and what's the present plan of your mother, of King Yudhishthira, because you it is Narad Muni, we can see right from Satya Yuga to all the different yugas. He would go to all the different places and he would go and talk to he can just talk to anyone, to Yudhishthira, or he can come here and he can talk to the Kauravas, he can talk to anyone. So, so Krishna himself is just like, simply asking, like, can you please let me know what they want to do at the present at the Pandavas? And we all know that Pandavas are very dear to Krishna. So I just want someone who can take up the next one. Anyone would like to read this one?
Can I go ahead, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes, Swarup Prabhuji, please.
Oh, it's Pawan.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pavan Prabhuji. Oh, you sounded so similar, like, sorry, Prabhuji. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Pavan Prabhuji.
Yeah. The great sage Naraja spoke as follows. My dear Lord, you have spoken about the cosmic manifestation created by the Supreme Lord, but I know that you're the all pervading creator. Your energies are so extensive and inconceivable that even powerful personalities like Brahma, the Lord of this particular universe, cannot measure your inconceivable power. My dear Lord, you are present as a super soul in everyone's heart by your inconceivable potency, exactly like the fire which is present in everyone but which no one can see directly. In conditioned life, all living entities are within the jurisdiction of the three modes of material nature. As such, they are unable to see your presence everywhere with their material eyes. By your grace, however, I have seen many times the action of your inconceivable potency, and therefore, when you ask me for the news of the Pandavas, which is not at all unknown to you, I am not surprised at your inquiry. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Sorry, you sounded so much similar. Yeah, so I was just mentioning, in fact, as a nice this thing, whichever, whatever I've been just mentioning it, partly it is mentioned over here as well. So you can see that Narad Muni, he is playing an important role in the pastimes of Krishna. For example, even if you look at the Bhagavad Gita, right? Arjuna is a pure devotee of the Lord. I mean, imagine he's been put into that kind of confusion mainly for through Arjuna, Lord Krishna is using him as an instrument to give this message of Bhagavad Gita to all over the. So his devotees play a very important role to be put up in that situation, and they understand the Lord very well, isn't it? So we can see, but through the devotees is what we can understand. the greatness of the Lord. If you want to understand about Krishna, we have to reach out to the devotees to understand how will we get bhakti, how will we get love for Krishna, unless we approach Krishna to the devotees of the Lord. And that's the reason why in our Vaishnava tradition we have the feet of the Lord, but again below that we have a Tulasi, right? A great devotee of the Lord. We always approach the Lord through the devotee. That's always been our philosophy, right? Always reach out to the, you have to be servant of the servant of the servant. That's our position in utter humility. So here we can see that how Narada is speaking about the whole cosmic manifestation has been created by the Supreme Lord. So one beautiful thing which I really like is in Bhagavatam we get to know how through the devotees, through the mouth of the devotees, we get to know about Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is Prabhuji is here?
I can hear now.
No, I
Probably
think we don't able to hear. No.
signal issue, probably. Yeah, he might reconnect. Yeah, he's reconnecting.
Disconnected?
Prabhuji is reconnecting, I believe. Yeah. Hare
Oh,
Krishna.
yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I don't know, suddenly it just threw me off.
I'm there.
Yes, you can hear me all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect. So the thing is, what is so beautiful about thing which we can understand is the best way to understand Bhagavad Gita is if you keep in parallel reading Bhagavad Gita and keeping reading Krishna Katha or Bhagavatam from the side, you can relate to both of these things. Over here, Narada Muni is saying you are the whole cosmic manifestation is created by you, and this is what Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita. Ham sarvasya prabhu mata sarvam prabhu. I am the source of all the spiritual and material worlds. Everything is emanating from me, and this is what we can hear from the devotees as well. And then this is a all pervading creator, and we have beautiful things which Krishna has mentioned. Bhoktaram yadana tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram. I am the lord of all these universes. I am the supreme enjoyer. I am the supreme maintainer. So here, and we all know that Krishna's energies are so extensive and inconceivable that even Brahma is not able to fathom. We see in the pastimes, right? Brahma, right? He went and hid all these cowherd boys and the calves during Krishna's pastimes, and Krishna went and created all those cowherd boys, and even Brahma couldn't realize for a year that actually Krishna went and recreated all of them, and later we found out, and then he offered obeisances to Krishna and asked for forgiveness. So, and the same thing with Indra and everybody we seen that Krishna, there's no one can be greater than Krishna by his inconceivable power, his own and so many Shaktis, the Haladrini Shakti, his himself is manifested in the form of Radharani, right? Krishna's own Shakti is manifested in the form of Radharani. And then we are Tatastha Shakti, we are an extension, marginal energy of the Lord. So the Lord has many energies. And two of the energies that Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita is where we are belong to the superior energy, and then with the inferior energy is the material energy. But unfortunately, we are coming under the control of this material energy. So Krishna has multiple energies. Maya Jakshena Prakriti Swete Sacharacharam Hetu Nanena Kaunteya Jagat Viparivartate. This material energy is working under my direction, Arjuna. And this is the one which is creating, but it is working under my direction. All these gunas, this material energy is working under my direction. Sometimes people really mix up things. Like yesterday, I was just meeting one of my old friend, like, and then we were just talking because he's just come from India, and he was just talking about it, and he said, well, God and nature and all is all one and the same, no? It's all the same, Prakriti and God and all that. But if you read Bhagavad Gita, we understand, no, it's not one and the same. Nature is working according to the instructions of Krishna. Nature is not, it's the energy of Krishna. We have to be very, very clear that Achinta Beda Abeda Tattva, we have to understand that we are part and parcel of Krishna, but we are not Krishna. We are servants of Krishna. We are meant to serve Krishna. This is called Achinta Beda Abeda Tattva. We have to understand that is inconceivable potency. and like fire is present in everyone where which no one can see directly. So this is the thing, right? Krishna is existing in everything. In conditioned life, all entities are within the jurisdiction of the remote, which we spoke about just now, that we are all within the jurisdiction of the material energy. We think that we have all the freedom, but actually, this place is Dukkalayam. This place is Dukkalayam. This is a place of suffering, and there is a material energy which is completely controlling us. And we are just like puppets in the hands of the material energy. But if you surrender to the feet of the Bhagavan Sri Krishna, then this material energy will start torturing us, because everybody is suffering in this material world, because we have been put into this conditioned life and we are all suffering in this. And Krishna himself acknowledges that, yeah, we are suffering into the material world. But Krishna, because he is our supreme Lord, he doesn't want us to suffer in this material world. And that's the reason why he tells us, just surrender to me and I will protect you from all sinful reactions. Don't fear. And that's what he's mentioning. And here he's saying, like, I've seen many times the action of inconceivable potency, because Narada Muni has been a witness to all the different beautiful pastimes of the Lord. So he's not surprised that Lord Krishna, by his inconceivable potency, even though he's the Lord of the universe, he's trying to play a perfect role of being a king of Dwarka. So can I ask anyone if we can just read this next one?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can read.
Yes, yes, Mr. Ji, please.
My dear Lord, by your inconceivable potencies, you create this cosmic manifestation, maintain it, and again dissolve it. Only by dint of your inconceivable potency does this material world, although a shadow representation of the spiritual world, appear to be factual. No one can understand what you plan to do in the future. Your transcendental position is always it's inconceivable to everyone. As far as I'm concerned, I can simply offer my respectful obeisance un- unto you again and again. In the bodily concept of existence, everyone is driven by material desires, and thus everyone develops new material bodies one after another in the cycle of birth and death. Being absorbed in such a concept of existence, one does not know how to get off this engagement of the material body. By your causeless mercy, my Lord, you descend to exhibit your various transcendental pastimes, which are illuminating and full of glory. Therefore, I have no alternative but to offer my respectful obeisance unto you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much. That was so nice. So we can see that throughout the Krishna Katha, we have seen like how knowledgeable people were there, and how what to speak about. Even the ordinary people, like grihastas and people like that. Everybody in the past times, they are like full of knowledge, and what to speak about Narada Muni, who's such a pure devotee of the Lord, and who can understand actually the potency of the Lord, and how the, and this is what we get by listening to Bhagavatam. We kind of enhance our, yeah, our spiritual knowledge to understand like a bigger picture, like how Krishna has created this cosmic universe, and how he's expanding himself, like he has Balaram and Shankarshana, and then again we had Garbhodakshay Vishnu and Shirodakshay Vishnu and Karnodakshay Vishnu, how he's been expanding and how he's been maintaining, and not only and taking his different positions as Lord Shiva, and then and Lord Vishnu, and as as Brahma, for maintenance of creation, maintenance, and this. So we've seen that how Lord can expand in so many different ways, isn't it? And the beauty is he is there in Goloka Vrindavan, but again he's also present everywhere all around the universe. This is the greatness of the Supreme Lord. So he's Narad Muni is kind of like understand, he's kind of expressing himself like no one can understand what the plans of Krishna is. His plans is totally inconceivable to anyone, but here he's offering his respectful obeisances again and again. This is what the pure devotees do. They don't try to find a reason why Krishna is done like this. No, they just want to just surrender to the Lord. They just want to accept that the Lord is inconceivable, that he can do anything at any time. Because why we call Sri Krishna as Bhagavan? Because throughout Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is mentioned as Bhagavan Uvacha, Bhagavan Uvacha, because his unlimited potencies, unlimited wealth, unlimited knowledge, unlimited beauty, unlimited renunciation, and everything is unlimited in good. So it's very difficult for us to conceive in our mind the potencies of the Lord. Only thing we can accept and we can surrender, and that's how we can able to get the knowledge. So here we're saying like, and so Prabhupada is so beautifully put up in entire Krishna Katha that even a layman can understand. That's the beauty about the books that Prabhupada is mentioning. So here he is mentioning that in this bodily concept, I simply offer obeisances. In the bodily concept, everyone is driven by material desire, and everybody develops material. So many times we either, if you have a good body and a good face, we enjoy it, and if you're not, don't feel that we are not good looking, we feel bad about it. And sometimes we keep blaming, why has God given me like this? Why has God given me this life? Why has God given me this thing? Many times we keep blaming God, but actually it is our own karma which has created this body. It's our own karma which has created this life, which is every karma that we have done. It's like a sticky glue. You know, it's like, eating jackfruit or anything. Like sometimes when you eat some of these things, it sticks onto your hand, and you can't just get rid of this sticky glue. So this karma that we are doing is like a sticky glue. It sticks onto us, and karma bandhana, and we land up again coming in another material body because of the karmic reaction that comes along with the karma that we do. So that's the reason why we, life after life, we are just getting into the cycle of birth and death. Again we are born, again we want to again enjoy this material world, and again we implicate ourselves, we entangle ourselves into more and more karmic, and again we'll end up taking another birth. But how do we come out of this entanglement? The solution, Bhagwan Sri Krishna himself said, just by listening to Krishna Katha, right? He just by janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvataha chakta deham punarjanmana iti mamit. No more future janmas. If you listen to Krishna Katha, if you understand the Krishna's beautiful leelas and that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, if even if by understanding this, by accepting in your mind that yes, Krishna is the Supreme Lord, that itself will bring us out of this. By the causeless mercy of the Lord, we'll be able to come out of this entanglement of this material body. And once the Atma is freed and it's taken to Krishna Bhakti, and again, Krishna gives us all the freedom. You can worship Devatas. If you worship Devatas, then you'll go to the planet of the Devatas. If you worship your ancestors, then you go to the planet of the ancestors. Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitriyanti Pritivrata Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Majyaji Nopimam. Krishna is making it, he's giving us all the freedom. I'm telling you that this is what is going to happen, but at the same time, I'm giving you all the freedom. If you want to worship Devatas, I'm not stopping you. But you will go to the planet of the Devatas towards the end of your life. If you develop attachment to the Devatas, if you develop attachment to your ancestors towards the end of your life, that is where you will go. If you get into ghosts and spirits and all that, you'll be born among them. But if you take to my devotion, then you will land up going to the supreme planet of Krishna, which is Goloka Vrindavan. And there you can go and serve Krishna in person. So that is what Krishna is kind of like putting all the, all the points across. And here Narad Muni is acknowledging about some of the things. You descend to exhibit your various transcendental pastimes. And why these pastimes? These pastimes, just by listening to it itself, we can come out of this. Not mukti, we can just go back to Krishna Loka. What to speak about mukti? And here, as he's mentioning, illuminating and full of glory. And Narad Muni is offering his respectful obeisances. Just one more, shall we just do one more paragraph? Anyone would like to? Vaishali, would you like to that, or Neeraj? Anyone?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. I will go. Which one
Yes,
this
yes,
is?
Neeraj.
I need to go.
Yeah, this my dear
The
Lord.
highlighted one, right? Okay.
Yeah, my dear Lord, this one, the one which I
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
highlighted.
one. Yeah, yeah. My dear Lord, you are the supreme Parbrahma, and your pastimes as an ordinary human are another tactical resource. Exactly like a play on the stage in which the actor plays the part of different from his own identity. Because the Pandavas are your cousins, you have inquired about them in the role of their well-wishers, and therefore I shall let you know about their intentions. Now, please hear me. Hare Krishna.
Hmm. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, so if you can remember all of this, there's a word that is used, Supreme Parabrahma. And this is something which even Arjuna has kind of glorified Krishna is Parabrahma, Paramdama, Pavitram, Paramambhava. Arjuna also glorified Krishna. So it is not that Krishna is mentioning in Bhagavad Gita, but like as I said, everything that Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, we can relate it to Krishna Katha. Here, even Narad Muni is saying, you're the Supreme Parabrahma. We are Brahman, but Krishna is the Parabrahman. He is the supreme Parabrahman, and that's what even Lord Brahma also has accepted that, right? He, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Anadir Adi Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. So Brahma Samhita is saying that. Here Bhagavatam is saying that. And here Narad Muni is saying that. And then Lord Krishna himself is saying that. And here he's, Narad Muni himself, your pastimes is another practical resource. Like, the like sometimes there was a joke going on recently in my family. So like each person want that boy to be, one person wants the boy to be a doctor, another person in the family wants that boy to be an engineer. So okay, so like the best thing to do is become an actor so that he can play all the roles. So like that, like the Lord is the supreme Lord, but then when he came into this material world, he's playing so many different parts over there. He played as a beautiful, as Damodara, the Leela, as a beautiful son of Nanda Maharaj over there. He played the role. And then as went to Mathura, he played a beautiful role of someone who saved, Ugrasena. He got him out of the jail and he went and killed Kamsa. He played a role over there. And then we went to Dwaraka. Then he played a perfect role of a king. Then he played a perfect role of someone who's responding to even Rukmini Devi when she said sent a love letter. Immediately Krishna accepted that and she brought it. So in many ways he played so many different roles to perfection. He played the roles. Even when as a Damodar, as a small boy, he was just rubbing his eyes and crying. And so he was Krishna played every role to perfection. Whether it's a small boy as Balagopala, whether he played the role of a king of Dwaraka, or a husband of Rukmini Devi, every role he's perfectly playing. So here also that Narad Muni is saying, even though you're the supreme Brahma, you're playing this role so much, so nicely. And because Pandavas are your cousins, so because Krishna has come in the human form, so he's kind of inquiring about them. And letting him know about, so this is what Krishna is playing a normal role, just inquiring and playing his role to perfection. That just I'm a king of Dwarka, so I don't know much about what's happening over there. So Narad Muni, please kind of like tell me like what's happening. So it is, shall we just stop over here or shall we just do one more? Prabhuji, shall we
Uh, Yes, Prabhuji, we can stop there, Prabhuji. We
yeah,
have got
Um,
questions from
yeah, let's do
yeah.
that.
devotee, Prabhuji.
Any questions,
Yes,
wind ups? Yeah.
yes, let's do that. And we will start from the next one. I think who's this actually? I don't know. Sorry, everyone. Try it now. Yes, I just said 1 minute. Let me just remove this. Yeah, then now I can see. Oh, Neeraj Prabhu. Uh, very good. Narad Muni is often misunderstood as creating conflict. How should a devotee understand his actions through the lens of Krishna's will? Yeah, that's a
So,
beautiful one.
Hare Krishna Babuji, what we see in a lot of movies and all, right? And
Mm,
anywhere in the people do here and there, they commented that you are a Narad Muni or something doing like that, right?
mm,
You
mm,
are putting
mm,
words here and there. So, I mean,
mm,
this is
mm.
the misunderstood we do. But yeah,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
something you can
Absolutely.
explain and how it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why, again, like, Neeraj Prabhu, many times when we see the movie, we get a different picture of Narad Muni as someone like a prankster, as someone like, someone, yeah, as you said, I remember, like, we grew up watching a lot of Krishna's movies in which Narad Muni is shown as like literally like a prankster, someone who's trying to create fights here and there. No, it's not about that. But when the Lord comes here, he shows a perfect role because when the Lord appears on this material in this material world, along with this, and he comes with this and is all his potencies. He comes with this examply complete entourage of all the people. If you see the cowherd boys, they are not from this material world, they're coming from the spiritual world. If you take Vrindavan is directly downloaded from the actual Golok Vrindavan. It is appearing here in this material world. So everything is coming as part of so when the Lord appears in this material world, so all the different devatas, whether you take the cowherd boy, all of them are playing a perfect role to support Krishna in the pastimes. So like that, Narad Muni is also a pure devotee. We shouldn't go by the movie, what the way they show in the movie. We should go by what Bhagavatam is explaining. Did you ever get that kind of an impression? Like so far, when we covered the Krishna book, we never seen where Narad Muni would do such kind of thing. But there's certain pastimes of Krishna to highlight some of the potencies of Krishna, to highlight some of the things of, like for example, there is this pastime, right, where Satyabhama, who's supposed to be like very proud princess of queen of Lord Krishna, and one of the pastimes is where Narada Muni he wants to highlight that bhakti is more important than money and power, and you cannot buy Krishna with money or a wealth, because Satyabhama being the daughter of Satyajit, and she had so much of gold, and then she was a little bit proud at that time. But again, on the other hand, you had Rukmini, who was so devotional towards Krishna. She only wanted Krishna, and she was so much in that. But how does it get highlighted unless a Leela happens? So Narada Muni, as a very nice this thing, he plays a role in which he creates a little bit of a pastime where Satyabhama's ego is hurt, and she wants to show that she can, and he says if you can weigh Krishna in that that weighing this thing, and then you can have Krishna, otherwise you cannot. So again, through the pastimes, we get to know that even though she tries to weigh Krishna through the weighing machine, it doesn't happen. But when finally Rukmini comes and she puts a tulsi, and suddenly we find that Krishna going up to this thing. So through that Leela, we could understand, sometimes these Leelas are meant to drive a point to just help us to understand more from a bhakti point of view. Even though there is so much of knowledge through the Vedas and through the Puranas and everything. And this is the reason why Vyasadeva has asked, Narad Muni has asked Vyasadeva, you haven't glorified Krishna. And how does the glory comes unless we hear about these pastimes, isn't it? So the pure devotees of the Lord, they're always part of this pastimes of the Krishna. So we have to understand that, yeah, he's playing a very important role over there. And this is just to highlight Krishna's grace, to highlight some of the things about Krishna. But obviously, Krishna can't go and show himself everywhere, but it's through the devotees he's kind of like showing his potencies and power, which is what through the prayers that we are trying to read just now, trying to understand through that. So yeah, I think very important, Niril Prabhu, that we have to look at it from Bhagavatam point of view more than what
Yeah.
we even from
Yeah.
the movies. I remember Narad Muni
Yeah.
is really shown in such a way, and because of those movies, we have started believing that Narad Muni means he's such a, he always puts fights between. No, no, he
Yeah.
is actually a pure devotee of the Lord. And imagine if he was such a prankster, would he be the guru for, for all Dhruv Maharaj? Would he be the guru for Bhakt Prahlad? Would he be the guru for Vyasadeva? Do you think someone such an elevated devotee, isn't it? That he is the one who
Yeah.
even recommended, he asked Vyasadeva to write Bhagavatam. So how can he be an ordinary person? No, he's such a pure devotee of the Lord, and that's the reason why the Lord uses him as part of the Leela. What to speak about? What about Arjuna? Arjuna, Krishna also empowered Arjuna also. Right before the battle, he was such a
Yeah.
great warrior. He fought with Lord Shiva also. And the same Arjuna, after the Lord Krishna's pastime was over, he was not able to save the queens. He was getting all the 16,000 queens. Arjuna was bringing them actually, and he was not able
Mhm.
to save the queens from an ordinary cowherd boys. I mean, and I'm like, and
Yeah.
Arjuna later goes and tells his brother, my brother, I thought all this life that I'm such a great person. Now I understand it's all Krishna who's given me that ability. And now the pastime of Krishna is over, then no, it's nothing. But before that, he played such a big role that we got Bhagavad Gita through Arjuna, isn't it? He was the one who asked all the questions on behalf of all of us. So all these pure devotees of the Lord, they are playing a very important pastimes of the Lord. But Narad Muni is definitely, we shouldn't go with the movies.
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah.
Agreed. Agreed.
Pavan Prabhu, you had lifted your hand. Saying, are you joining Congress or?
Hare, yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yeah. We
Yeah,
need nice people
very
over
good.
there, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I just yeah, very good question by Neeraj Prabhuji. I just would like to add one thing to that from my side. The
Sure.
whole world, how we look, and also the place where we go and where we associate what we accept in terms of watching or going everything. So the thing is like what we have to do. The thing is like in movies especially, so they try to defame Hinduism, or they try to defame Hindu gods, and that's not the actual platform where we get the realities of our gods. So
Mm,
we have to change our perspective and
mm,
go to the sanghas and go to
mm,
the temples or satsang. There
mm,
always Narada Muni is glorified. So wherever you
mm,
go, he's always glorified. That's the right
mm,
place where we can get to know more about our God with a perfect sure shot background pastimes.
mm,
But yeah, and if we have to go to satsang, if someone is still watching movies, we have to take them as well, tell them to bring two more. tell them to bring two more, and it's like we have to completely, take a
Yeah.
U-turn from what's exactly
Absolutely.
being showing in movies. We should never watch movies. That's my opinion, because it's also what it is doing is like nowadays kids watching the movies. They think if someone slaps him, he slaps back or kills him. So it's like they think that's normal. So, but
Mm.
if you go to satsang teaches like how to be humble,
Yeah.
how to stay
Absolutely.
calm, how to be friendly, humility. This is what all satsang teaches. So from since childhood, if we are going to satsang and watch these gurus and everyone, so we grow that way. So whatever we see, that we just consume the way, like even in my childhood, used to watch movies
Mm.
and think about all these things like Nadamani used to be, they used to show a different way. But reality is like we are actually seeking the wrong platform to know about the right people. So that's always a satsang. We have to obviously judge anything about pastimes of the Lords, anything after just hearing in satsang, not by anything in Instagram or movies or any stories and stuff like that. So that's my take on that. Hare Krishna
Abs-
Prabhuji.
Absolutely, Prabhuji. Yeah, definitely. You have a very important point. In fact, Neeraj Prabhu, if you recall, there was a time in Bollywood, like a Devanand movie, they watched Dam Mera Dam. Remember that?
Yeah, the Hare Krishna, Raman, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, they
What
really
is
told that, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and at that time, devotees they went and told Prabhupada, like, look at the way they're projecting. I said, Prabhupada said, like, at that time, I mean, Prabhupada was like, he was above all these things, that, and he said, like, in some way, at least they're just bringing Hare Krishna to light. So he just mentioned that, but again, look at the way they projected. They showed that this Hare Krishna means it is for the drug addicts, it is for
Yeah,
that kind of a
yeah,
people. This is the way they projected.
yeah,
So very important point I want to mention to all of our devotees is today's world, it's all about narrative. If you see so many kind of big dynasties, they went and did the most horrible things to other places, right? But they went and showed a different narrative to the whole world, that we went and saved somebody, we went and did some great things, but actually what they did is they went and plundered those places. But outside they showed that, oh, we went and did great things over there, we given them this, we given them that. Nobody gives anybody without any reason, right? So in today's world, it's all about a narrative. And like sometimes when we tell the facts in the movies and all, the people don't like it. Oh no, because something has come out in the open, so they want to brush it out. No, 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 it didn't happen, kind of thing. Because so the whole world, if you really look at it, it's all about how you want to play your narrative. How you want to present it. Many times ISKCON, Krishna consciousness itself, people think it's a cult, it's this, it's that, but it's on our responsibility, our generation responsibility, that I seen that in India also, like my own people, like many people like who used to come across, they used to say, "Oh, ISKCON is a cult. What are you doing there?" and things like that, because they don't know. They don't know this knowledge about Bhagavatam, that we are inside ISKCON. We are reading Bhagavad Gita. We are reading Bhagavatam. We are doing devotional service. We have kirtans. They are not aware of all these things. So it is for us to kind of project this narrative that no, ISKCON is not a place. It is the perfect spiritual platform for us to elevate our consciousness. It is a perfect platform for us to engage in devotional service. This is the narrative that we have to project it, and this is the way we have to engage ourselves, and we have to spread this world like that. Because there are a lot of people who are our own people that misunderstand ISKCON. You know that? So it's for us, it's our responsibility to do that. That's on that point. And the second thing is another thing which Neeraj Prabhu is, and can anyone who sincerely practice Krishna consciousness attain Krishna Loka, even if they have bad karma? And this is exactly Neeraj Prabhu. That's a very important point, which is what I'm saying towards the end of what Krishna's message is, that Sarva Dharman Parichajya Mam Ekam Saranam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshisyami Masicha. So Krishna is saying, no matter how much of bad karma you have in this life, you may have so many bad karma in your life, but if you are practicing Krishna consciousness in this life, definitely all your karmas and everything Krishna is promising, he himself is. No, I'm not promising on behalf of Krishna. Krishna himself is telling, Sarva Papebhyo Mokshisham Masucha. Masucha, don't worry. I'm saying, I will protect you from all sinful reactions. I will cancel all your bad karma. So Krishna is guaranteeing that in through Bhagavad Gita, that if you sincerely practice Krishna consciousness by reading Bhagavad Gita, by reading Bhagavatam, by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by doing kirtans, by doing all these things, Krishna he is the only one who has the authority to give us moksha, and he is the only one who authority to take us back to Krishna Loka. So definitely, yes, Barb, even if you have bad karma, which is what Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, even if you have bad karma, I can cancel. So our destiny can change, our fate can be changed if we take to Krishna consciousness. But sometimes why good people suffer in this thing is, let's say if Krishna decided that this is going to be your last life. So much of bad karma be accumulated from so many lives actually gets accrued over so many lives. But if you want to finish off that in this life itself, then Krishna will give you a life where you're going through all these things, but He's washing away everything in this life itself, so that there is no more future life, no more of accruing karma, life after life. This is over. This is it. This is your final thing. Close the account. Like, like sometimes you take a loan, you're paying your mortgage and you're paying everything. But if you want to close the account, and then they'll say, you know what, we have to pay penalty because we are expecting you to pay over 10 years, but after 2 years you want to close your account, then obviously you'll have to pay us certain fees for closing your account much earlier. And they'll say, like, either in the form of penalty, or they say pre-closure charges you have to pay, and so that because you're closing off earlier, because which means the rest of next 8 years we won't get interest, so we are charging you a certain fee for closing the account early, like that. So if your account has to be closed, maybe we'll go through a little bit more pain, because that means everything is getting closed in this life itself. No more of taking another birth, so two things can happen. Either we are completely purified, we go back to Krishna Loka, or the other thing that Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita is next life. If you're coming to Arjuna asks, what about Krishna? What somebody practicing Krishna consciousness? They may have a bad karma, but they're practicing Krishna consciousness. But suddenly their life has come to an end in this life. Then what about them? So Krishna in that case says, in their next life they will be born in a very rich family, or they will born in aristocratic family. They will be born in a nice devotee family, where that person will continue from wherever he has left off, and he will continue Krishna consciousness, and like that he can again get one more chance to go back to Krishna Loka. So all of us, we coming here to Krishna consciousness itself means that we have done something in our previous life, some good karma, where we must have practiced to some extent. That's why Krishna is giving us this life to continue in this life. Yesham tue antagatam papam janananam punya karmanam tedvanda moha nirmakta bhajante mam. Krishna saying, those who have done pious activities in your previous life and in this life, and whose sinful actions are coming to an end, they take to Krishna consciousness with full determination. Who's saying? Krishna Bhagwan is saying in Bhagavad Gita. So I hope that can give you some light, Neeraj Prabhuji.
Yeah. So still, when you're saying the Kali Yuga, I keep hearing in Kali Yuga no one will go to moksha, but at least you say that we can go to Krishna Lok if we follow the Krishna, right?
Yeah. Whether it is Kali Yuga, it doesn't mean that Kali Yuga mean nobody is going. In fact, what is Bhagavatam saying? Kaler dosha nidhi rajan asti eka hayak mahaguna kirtana deva krishnasya parama praja vijayat. Where in Bhagavatam also it's mentioned, even though Kaler dosha, even though this Kali Yuga is full of doshas, full of fault finding, full of hypocrisy, there's nothing good in this Kali Yuga. But in spite of that, by kirtana deva krishnasya, by just chanting, by engaging in kirtan of Krishna, which reading Bhagavad Gita, all everything is kirtan. If you by doing all these things, it will be parama vijayat, and we'll get moksha, and we will go back to Krishna Loka also. So that's what Bhagavatam is also saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anybody would like to add anything? Sorry, Vrindavan Prabhuji, you said anything? Would you like to add? I'm just a fallen soul, just speaking whatever it comes to, whatever little I know. Saurabh Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Dandot Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, just one point. Narada Muni is the incarnation of Krishna, one of the incarnation of Krishna, not only a devotee, but also incarnation of Krishna, also Vasudev.
And Vyasadeva. Yeah, Vyasadeva, yeah. In Vishnu Sahasranam, it is mentioned Vyasaya Vishnu Devaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. Yeah, he's an incarnation. Yeah, anybody would like to add? Gaurangi Mataji, anyone would like to add anything? Vrindavan Prabhuji? Gayatri ji, Hare Krishna. I was just wondering where is Mataji is not seen today.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry, yes, I joined very late today. I was attending another class, Prabhuji. Sorry about that. Yes,
Okay, no problem.
yeah, but I joined later and I was listening. It was nice to listen again. And I wanted to say one thing, Prabhuji, to Neeraj Prabhu. Like when he's asking about how the movies are made, we also watched a lot of, when we were kids, we used to watch a lot of Puranic movies, and even like, you know, in that they show as if Narada Muni is like a person who is going to each and every and telling the, like a chugli karna, like that they show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chugli, yeah,
yeah,
correct.
but actually, the thing is, when first point is like, first of all, he's not doing chugli, because the materialistic people have made those movies and they have no knowledge, any knowledge of Bhagavatam or anything. They have never studied, or they have never heard from the real source, or from the disciplic succession. So they just made movies to make money. So that's why they showed it in certain way. And also few things are true. When Narada Muni went, and when in Bhakta Prahalada Telugu movie, Narada Muni will go and he will tell, like, you know, that is for a reason. Sometimes he does for a reason, because he want to create more hatred in Hiranyakashipu, so he can take more action towards you know, killing. He want to kill Prahalada, so he want to do those things just to make it, to ignite some sort of a fire. But he is not what he is shown in the movies. So please don't watch movies and make decisions like, oh, what are they showing? It might look like they're showing the right things, but they're not. They are all materialistic people who are behind money. So that's all I wanted to say, Prabhuji. Thank you. And if I'm wrong, please correct. Amok Prabhuji and Sham Prabhuji are
No,
here.
no,
They will
Mataji.
correct.
Well
Yeah.
said, well said. Actually, that's the point which I was mentioning as well, because we shouldn't go by the movies and all that. They always tried. In fact, it's not like when we grew up, even now it's happening, isn't it? Look at the way they showed Kalki, like as in a hero, and jumbled it up, and with a lot of graphics and all that, they messed up, and people get a different impression altogether, showing him as a hero and all. So a lot of things are just like hot posh kind of things. We shouldn't go by all that. We grew up watching those movies as well, and that's the impression we got. But in fact, one of the things I think, Vrindavan Prabhuji, you can kind of like give a testimony on this. But what I heard from Prabhupada is like, when Prabhupada was there in London Ishwar Temple, he did mention once to the devotees that, have you noticed, like Narad Muni had actually come and visited. In fact, that's the reason why they keep those two chairs over there on the altar. Right, Vrindavan Prabhuji? Would you like to correct that or confirm that?
Oh, I don't know details, sermons.
Okay, okay. That's what I heard, like as pastime, that Prabhupada could see, like, because pure devotees are on another level, that we can see only three gunas, but pure devotees can see beyond that, they can see. I'll pull out the video. There's actually a video also relating to that, what Prabhupada is mentioning about Narada Muni. But
Hare
yeah, well,
Krishna Prabhuji.
yeah,
We got Vaishali Mataji and Prabhuji, so newly joined. Let us give them opportunity to ask and share their
yeah,
reflections
yeah,
and meditations.
definitely. Vaishali and Prabhuji, I met them in the temple, and such wonderful devotees. Would like to know more about Vaishali. Like, you joined for the first time. Anything would you
Yes,
like to?
Prabhuji, yeah, it's a very wonderful class, and we both are listening. Luckily, our daughter went to sleep, so we could able to, hear you. It's such a wonderful class, and I'm so pleased to hear you. And you're absolutely right. Even I have heard from Prabhupada's video that he has seen Narad Muni and
Mhm.
Brahmaji in that
Mhm.
Soho temple, and that's why there are two stools for them. As you
Right.
said, I have also seen. I have also heard one video of Prabhupada's where Krishna himself came to see him, and he offered him the garland of kadamba flower. And one of the
Mhm.
devotee asked where, I think he was in, I can't remember which country was there, but there was no nearby those
Right.
flowers, and they were like smelling very well. And
Mhm.
that's it, because Prabhupada is a pure devotee, and even to his last breath, he was preaching.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
why would not Krishna come and see him?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very pleased by hearing you, and thank you for your association. Is
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely, Vaishali. And like I said, we are all like all devotee friends here. And anytime, please, you see, I think I have added you onto the group, right, Vaishali?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
you already have the Zoom link also. That same link can open for the Japa session in the morning, Bhagavad Gita on Saturday. Everything is open at all our devotee friends. By all means, we never kind of like put anything like, you have to come kind of thing. So feel free whenever you feel like. But this is, we all grew up like this as a satsang, and we've seen that how satsang really helps us in giving us peace of mind. It helps us in developing our bhakti towards Krishna. Everybody is struggling in this material world, so much of anxiety, so much of problems and all that. But we've seen that through the satsang, it gives us so much of devotion towards Krishna, so much of faith we get towards Krishna, and really helps, because so many things even I don't know, like Narad Muni is an incarnation of Krishna. Amoga Prabhuji was saying, maybe I won't know about it, so every satsang we'll get to know something new, and we are reading directly from Krishna book, which is from Bhagavatam. So there's nothing more higher than this. So by doing
Yeah.
this, we will get to have a higher taste. Why we have this higher taste in book called, because that's what we are trying to do. Satsang will help us in getting a higher taste. That's the only way, because on our own, practicing bhakti life is very, very difficult on our own. But if we are in the association of devotees, all like-minded devotees, and just supporting each other, reading through the book, all of us take turns and do that, then that way, we can enjoy the rasa, of being in the association of devotees. And this is how we can grow in bhakti life. So please, whenever you can, please, we'll be happy to have your association, Mataji. Um,
Thank you,
just
Prabhuji.
want to tell you for Prabhuji also. Yeah,
Hare
very
Krishna
nice.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Vrindavan Prabhuji. Yes.
Prabhu, I want to say about something. Tomorrow is Basanti Panchami,
Okay.
and very auspicious day tomorrow. And also, and Saturday is Sunday is Advaita Acharya appearance day. And
Okay.
Advaita Acharya very important to our in association,
Mm.
because Advaita Acharya very important to great
Yeah.
Vaishnava. That's why we are coming to Vaishnavas, because
Yeah.
Advaita Acharya first beginning in this world
Mm.
to make Vaishnavas.
Yeah.
That's why Advaita Acharya, well, this is to the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And
Mm.
next week I can't say anything, but Sunday to Advaita Acharya appearance day. If you
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
something Advaita Acharya stories,
Mm.
tell me. But I can say something little bit. You get permission, then say okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Advaita
Definitely.
Acharya.
Definitely. Yeah. 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 Good to
Advaita,
know, because see, it's Advaita Acharya who actually prayed to Krishna, and that's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come, isn't it? He's the main,
uh,
so he's very, very important player in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, isn't it?
yeah. The
He's
Advaita Acharya is uh, Sadashiv or Mahavishnu together.
Mahavishnu.
He
Yeah.
come from to his world,
Yes.
and his born is the Srihatto, Bangladesh.
Hmm. Yeah.
Advaita Acharya is born is Srihatto, is Bangladesh,
Hmm.
and his father name is
Hmm.
Kuber Pandit, and Mata is Nava Devi.
Okay.
And Navadevi and Kuber is so old years, no any son, children. And
Hmm.
last moment children is Advaita Acharya,
Okay.
Kamalaksha. Is Advaita Acharya name is Kamalaksha, Kamalaksha.
Oh, uh-huh.
Then is Advaita Acharya is mother and father left body, and then he's the old age. Then he come to Advaita Acharya marriage
Hmm.
to Nishingo Bhaduri, the two daughters, is
Okay.
marriage. One it is
Hmm.
Sri, and another is the Sita Maharani.
Hmm.
And Sita Maharani is marriage, and uh, then there's a living in the Shantipur, always living Shantipur. At that
Hmm.
moment is the Bangladesh India not separation together.
Yeah. 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 Together. Yeah.
Then at that moment is the Shantipur living in Advaita Acharya,
Hmm.
and its born is Saptami, Shukla Saptami. Then means in Sunday, Shukla Saptami.
Hmm.
And Advaita just very, very nice stories about his Chaitanya Bhagavad. I read the Bhagavad, Chaitanya Bhagavad. It's
Hmm.
very important to Advaita
Important.
Acharya.
Yeah.
When is the first is 152 years old. That
Hmm.
time is Mahaprabhu came to his, calling, he came to in Mayapur.
Hmm.
And he's the Ganga's water and
Uh-huh.
Salagram Shila, Salagram Shila, and
Hmm.
every day Ganga's water and Tulsi lives in Obishek, and to Hunkar
Hmm.
shouting, to Tribhuvan, no, Chauda Bhuvan. And that shouting that Vishnu sang Vishnu and Kiradas Vishnu living in the Anantashesh, Lakshmi Devi in Padaseva in this lotus feet service to Lakshmi Devi. And and then Lakshmi Devi asked you, and that noise to go to this Vishnu, Kiradas Vishnu. And Kiradas Vishnu direct come to world to and Mata Sochi Mata Garba. And that's important things in a Tulsi Manjari and Obishek to Gangajal, Gangajal and Tulsi Manjari, the Obishek to Salogram Shila, and then a give to Ganga. No, the Obishek water go to Ganga, and to that moment the Swachimata go to and take shower, take bath to Ganga, and then Ujan, this then opposite it come to the Tulsi Maran Munjari come to Swachimata belly, then it's come to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's that Chaitanya Bhagavad said.
Very nice.
And very nice. And also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always time in calling to Nara. You know Nara? Nara means
no.
Bald head.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Bald head, Nara. So Mahaprabhu Nara and Nityananda or Advaita Acharya always fighting. They are not together all the time fighting Advaita Acharya and Nityananda. Then when you go to Ganga take shower bath, then together fighting over there. And all the time shows about Sita Maharani. One time is Shantipur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda and take Prasad Advaita Acharya Bhavan. And that time Suchimata cooking, so many item cooking. And then that last prasadam, take prasadam Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Advaita Acharya house, and then straight go to sannyas. That's last moment.
Okay, that's the last. That's the turning point.
Last. And Advaita Acharya wife Sita Thakur Maharani and Suchimata, so many items, so many. It's one shak 20 items, then 20 shak 20 items, then so many items cooking to Mahaprabhu. And then Advaita Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda that time, and Mayapur to Ganga, and what is it? Swimming go to Shantipur. And there is a prasadam to Advaita Acharya house, and to Nityananda Prabhu always eating and throwing to Advaita Acharya whole body, and fighting all the time, beating to Advaita Acharya. And Sita Maharani asking to, oh my Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asking, oh, Prabhu, he's the old man. He's Nityananda beating to him, kill, Gusa. Then he's shouting. Then Mahaprabhu is laughing. Because Mahaprabhu never not separate. It take together. Who's two person, my great person, Nityananda or Advaita. Why took he separate, one side? He doesn't take any side. Always together. Same eyes looking for them. Then I have so many story, but I can't say to 9:30, 10 o'clock. Not so long time. But just Advaita Acharya, Thakur, Sita Maharani, and I'm very happy to that appearance today. And the story is very, I love them.
Maybe you can kind of, maybe next session also you can just add one more, you can just bring one story, Prabhuji. Yeah? You can share
Yes, very, very good. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, all devotees. I am sorry I'm not speaking English about this,
No, Prabhuji, we are not English people. We are okay. We are just trying to speak whatever English we know. So absolutely not a problem at all.
Very important about the Advaita Acharya. I love to Advaita Acharya appearance. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came at this, the Sangsar. And I use, pitching and all about the whatever doing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we are Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, only for Chaitanya, only for Advaita Acharya.
Yeah,
Then only for Advaita Acharya. Thank you, Prabhu.
yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. And Sunday is one appearance day, and Monday is another appearance day, Prabhuji. My birthday, so thank you. So I
Oh,
hope I
your
have
birthday
all the
Monday.
blessings. Yeah,
Monday your birthday.
Republic Day. Republic Day. Yeah, yeah, it's my birthday.
Oh,
So I
okay,
just
okay.
seek your blessings and your wishes well in advance, because next Thursday is going to be like after that. But I just pray that I get all your blessings so that I can serve more after this as well.
Thank you,
As we
Prabhu. Happy
continue with
birthday,
the
Prabhu.
Krishna Katha. Thank you, Prabhuji. We need your blessings, so we can always have your association and continue the Krishna Katha journey. So I feel so fortunate that, we covered 70 chapters. Without the blessings of Lord Krishna, Radha Gokulananda, and without the blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we wouldn't have been able to do it. So it's such a joy that I feel so much that we have been having continuously these 70 chapters, and yes, got some more road to go, but yeah, it's so blissful. So I'm so thankful to everyone, that we are able to be together, and let's continue doing that, and let's be rock solid in our support for each other, enlighten each other with all whatever knowledge that we have. And yeah, I just pray for devotees' blessings so that I can continue with my spiritual journey. Thank you, everyone. So we should just have our final prayer. Amaga Prabhuji,
Thank you,
once again.
Prabhuji. So can we all unmute and do the loud Hari Bols to Shyam Prabhuji, please? Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol, Hari
Hari
Bol,
Hari
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 Bol.
Thank
Hari
you so
Bol.
much. Thank you so
Haribo.
much. I was so fortunate because I was there in Manor till 7 o'clock, and I was like stuck out there. I was doing my this thing, and I finally, even with a lot of traffic jam, I managed to come exactly at 8 o'clock. So I'm really glad that we could have our session today, and I didn't get stuck somewhere on the motorways. Thank you so much for all your association. Wonderful. And we will again next catch up next Thursday. Thank you so much for your wonderful association. Hari
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much,
Krishna,
Prabhuji. Hare
Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Wishing you Krishna
Happy
conscious. Happy
birthday, happy
birthday in
birthday.
advance,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
happy
Hare
birthday.
Krishna
Thank you,
to you.
Mataji. I
Happy
only
birthday, Prabhuji.
It's such a joyful this life has, if I can get devotees blessing, nothing more the greater than that. So at least I can
Yeah.
continue my one more
Or
year.
Krishna and Radharani is blessing with you for your birthday. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo
namo
namah.
Yo
namo.
Namo Namaha.
Antakoti
Ananta
Vaishnavrinda
Vaishnavavrinda
ki
Jai
Jai
Jai.
jai.
Jai
Srila
Srila
Prabhupada
Prabhupada
Pada
ki
ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Amoga Prabhuji ki jai.
Jai
All devotees ki Jai. Pawan Prabhu
Jai.
ki Jai.
Krishna.
Jai. Hare
See you
Krishna.
tomorrow morning for Japa session at 5:30 a.m.
Haribo.
Hare